English.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Hello, everyone. I'm Kristen Cho.
And I'm Cameron Word.
Okay, we're talking about weekend getaways. And I recently had a weekend getaway.
Oh, to where?
Yeah, I went to Jeju.
Jeju.
Yeah, I went to Jeju. But I did not go to Seogwipo, like where this typical touristy place. My cousin rented like a pension from someone that she knew. And it was wonderful being in an area that didn't have a lot of tourists. And we did very local things.
What type of local things?
I mean, just like, whatever was nearby.
Just eating and
going to little like but not like really famous ones.
Yeah, just doing the small things.
Just doing small things.
Chilling out. Yeah.
I feel that a weekend getaway is a getaway where you need to rest and relax.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think so? Right? Doing too much is exhausting.
Sometimes you just need to sleep in a different bed.
Yes.
Like sometimes.
Just change of scenery.
You need a different bathtub.
Yeah.
And it just makes your life feel a lot better.
It does.
Yep.
It does. Okay. Weekend getaway. 주말 휴가. That sounds like the perfect evening. 완벽한 저녁인 것 같아.
Yeah.
So when you say, oh, that sounds like the perfect evening, or that sounds like the perfect lunch, it means like, oh, that sounds really good. If you say the best of both worlds, what are you saying?
This means usually you have to choose A or B. But in this special case, you get the good things of A and the good things of B.
I see. Very good. How about if you say, what do you say? Is that really a question? What do you say?
It is a question, but it's kind of saying, do you want to do this? Would you like to do this often with me?
Okay. And how about hit the sack? A very popular idiom, S-A-C-K.
Yes, it means to go to bed.
Very good. Let's go ahead and listen to our travel dialogue.
I love this B&B. It looks like they upgraded the guest rooms but kept the dining room original.
We get the best of both worlds, modern and rustic.
What do you say we walk into town for an early dinner? Then we can come back here in time for the sunset and a dip in the jacuzzi.
That sounds like the perfect evening in Williams Bay.
I think I'll be ready to hit the sack by 9 o'clock.
Now that sounds like the perfect evening in Williams Bay.
Okay, weekend getaway, that sounds like the perfect evening. Please turn to page 116. Brandon begins by saying, I love this B&B. It looks like they upgraded the guest rooms, but kept the dining room original. If you upgrade, we know what that means, right? If you upgrade the room, make it nicer.
Yeah, renovate it, right?
Yeah, renovate it. And what does Christina say?
We get the best of both worlds, modern and rustic.
Okay, the reason why Christina says that is because they upgraded the guest rooms, which is probably a little bit modern, but the original dining room is there, so it's rustic.
Yes.
Two things. And rustic means kind of older,
yeah.
kind of country-ish. Okay. What is best of both worlds?
So the best of both worlds means you get the good parts of two different things. So here specifically with this B&B, they're in an older building, like an older house. And let's be honest, older houses, specifically things like bathrooms.
Yes.
I don't want an old-style bathroom.
I agree.
I want the most modern bathroom. Like the decoration itself can be older style, but as far as the type of shower and toilet and the sink, I like the most modern technology in the bathroom. The rest of the house, though, it can be kind of enjoyable to have an older style house, right?
Right.
So that's what we're talking about here with the best of both worlds. You get the modern bathroom maybe, but you get that older, more classic style decoration in the dining room. So you're getting the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I feel like sometimes as a Korean American living in Korea, I really do have the best of both worlds. You know, I have my Korean side, but then I have my American side. Like I can kind of put them together and it works.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I mean, because I have heard the opposite, that sometimes Korean Americans have the worst of both worlds.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because they don't feel American, they don't feel Korean.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's individual experience is different, but it is great that you see it as you getting the best of both worlds.
Well, there are sometimes worst, sometimes reality.
No, but yeah.
But I do feel like we do. I mean, it's really, we can go here and we can go there. Sure, we're not 100% in both areas, but we have an advantage too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's great to try and see the positive of your situation. Yeah.
Okay. So Brandon says, what do you say we walk into town for an early dinner? Then we can come back here in time for the sunset and a dip in the jacuzzi. Okay, let's take the first question. What do you say we walk into town for an early dinner? So what do you say is like, you're suggesting something?
Yeah, you're proposing something or you're inviting someone to do something. It is a more casual way of saying it.
Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't use this. I mean, sometimes you could probably use this in the office, but there is this feeling like, hey, what do you say?
Got it. Okay.
So this is someone that you're using with friends, someone you're close to.
Sure.
And it's a light way of saying, let's go do this.
Yeah, what do you say?
Yeah.
You can also say things like, how about, walking into town for an early dinner? There are many ways to suggest something. Or do you want to walk into town for an early center? You can say all of those things, but a little bit more conversational, more native. What do you say?
This is very friendly.
Friendly.
So if you want a very friendly way of inviting someone to do something.
Okay, very good. So because they have an early dinner, they can come back, watch the sunset, and take a dip in the jacuzzi.
Yes.
Okay. A dip.
Yes.
D-I-P.
So a dip here is talking about going into water for often a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Not a super long time.
Yeah.
So a dip in the jacuzzi means you're going to go into the jacuzzi, get inside that water for a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, because really, you can't be there for an hour straight. I would think it would get a little too hot.
Yeah, usually, if the temperature in jacuzzi is usually quite hot.
Yeah.
So if you're there for a long time, but it doesn't just have to be a jacuzzi. You can take a dip in the pool.
Yeah, sure.
A dip in the ocean.
Right.
Right? You don't often use this for baths, though. A dip in the bath.
No.
Right?
No.
Yeah, it's more something, this dip here is something like you're having fun in the water. It's not that you are like cleaning yourself, like bathing yourself, right?
That's right. It's kind of like, how we say we dip our nachos or
and like
in
cheese
a dip,
or something.
Or cheese, right? You dip it in. It's not like you put it in there for a long time. You kind of dip it, scoop it out, and come back into your mouth.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. It's that sort of concept. Christina says, that sounds like the perfect evening in Williams Bay.
Brandon then says, I think I'll be ready to hit the sack by 9.
Okay. Now, sleep is 자다, right?
Yeah.
We all know that. But it's interesting. I was talking to my other cousin, and she was like, I was telling her, actually, we don't really say sleep to go to bed. Like, 잠자러 갈게, like, 나 잘 거야. In Korean, we say that. I'm going to sleep now. We could say that, but like oftentimes we would say something like go to bed.
Right.
Or hit the sack.
Yeah, right. So go to bed, I think it's the action of literally going in, like getting into your bed.
Right.
Hit the sack is the same way. It's the action of getting into your bed.
Right.
It's not the actual sleeping.
That's right.
Right?
Right.
And it's very casual.
Very casual.
Hit the sack.
Hit the sack. Okay, very good. And Christina says, now that sounds like the perfect evening in Williams Bay. Now, this is kind of hard to explain, but Christina, the power pattern is, now that sounds like the perfect evening.
Yes.
Now that is our power pattern.
This is a way to emphasize that is exactly.
Okay.
Right? So now that sounds like the perfect evening means you've got a great idea. Yeah. That is the perfect idea.
Okay, we'll give you more examples in just a bit. Let's go ahead and listen to that one more time.
I love this B&B. It looks like they upgraded the guest rooms but kept the dining room original.
We get the best of both worlds, modern and rustic.
What do you say we walk into town for an early dinner? Then we can come back here in time for the sunset and a dip in the jacuzzi.
That sounds like the perfect evening in Williams Bay.
I think I'll be ready to hit the sack by 9 o'clock.
Now that sounds like the perfect evening in Williams Bay.
It's time for Power Note. We're on pages 118 and 119. If you have the best of both worlds, it means that you have two different things, but you have the best. You have like really good things from both.
Mm-hmm. Without getting the bad things.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. What do you like the most about living on campus?
It's the best of both worlds. A place where I can socialize while being close to my classes.
Okay. Yeah. You can hang out with your friends. And it's close to the campus.
Yeah, you get two great things.
Okay. This car gives you the best of both worlds, high gas mileage and a sporty feel to it.
So usually with cars, you have to choose, do you want something that has good gas mileage, you know, it's cheap, or it is, you know, good for the environment?
Yeah.
Or you can get like one of those sporty, cool ones that goes fast. But with this specific type, it is good on gas mileage, and it still looks nice.
Yeah.
So it's the best of both worlds.
Okay, it's the best of both worlds. Can we think of another example?
Well, so my generation, I'm a millennial, born in 1989.
Right.
We have a song that has the lyrics, the best of both worlds, and it comes from a show, Hannah Montana.
Oh, yeah.
Starring Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
So when I hear this expression, that song immediately pops up.
Why is it the best of both worlds?
So in the show, she is a celebrity, but she's only a celebrity when she puts on like a wig.
Right.
So in her normal everyday life, no one knows who she is.
Yes.
So she gets the best of both worlds, meaning she gets to be a celebrity and have all the fame.
And a normal life.
Life. It's kind of like us.
Yeah.
I feel like we have the best of both worlds because
so true.
Many people don't know what we look like. If you don't buy our book and see our faces on the front cover of the book, or watch us on Point in Radio for evening special, you don't know what we look like.
Well, that is the beauty of radio.
So
I love radio.
Yeah, Kristen or Cameron could be sitting beside you on the subway, and you wouldn't even know it.
But if you heard our voices.
Oh, yes.
I had a listener sit next to me, and she knew who I was.
Really?
Because I was on the phone, and I don't get to speak English on my phone very often. But that one time, I had a call from a friend who was American.
Yes.
And so I was speaking English, and she was like, 혹시 EBS?
That's great. Yeah, so it's kind of the best of both worlds. We're on a nationwide show.
Yes.
But we can go out into the regular world and...
It's so wonderful.
Live in secret.
Live in secret. What do you say is like, you're making a suggestion. Would you like to do that? Okay. What do you say you and I get married?
That is the worst proposal I've ever heard.
Why is it the worst proposal?
Because usually, I mean, this is kind of like cultural expectations.
Sure.
That a proposal is romantic.
Right.
So, but saying what do you say is a very casual.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, what do you
think?
What do you think? Why don't we do it? What do you say?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Too casual.
No one wants to receive a proposal like that.
No.
Maybe you do. I don't know.
Yeah. And this could be actually a joke.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you say we get married?
Well, there is that joke that in Germany, the way that they propose is like, what do you say we change our tax status?
That's the proposal?
Yeah, because when you get married, you change taxes. You know, you get the tax benefits for being married, right?
Oh, that's funny.
And, you know, Germans are kind of thought of as not being very romantic.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. But that is pretty funny, though. Okay. What do you say I get a fire going and you pour us some wine?
Yes. So that's we often use this phrase, I feel like we've been doing one action and you just want to change it. 자, 이제 우리 이거 하자.
Yeah.
이거 하자.
Right. What do you say?
Yeah. It's kind of that very, it often feels like, okay, let's change the energy. Let's change the energy of what we're doing.
So
what do you
true.
say? I'll get the fire going.
Yeah.
You get the wine.
Yeah.
And then we'll, I don't know, make hot dogs.
Oh my gosh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
And like roast some marshmallows too? Okay.
Yeah.
Start a fire.
Start a fire.
Okay.
You know, because we're camping.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
yeah. All right. That's good. So, yeah, it is kind of like, hey, and there's a kind of eagerness in this pattern too, or in this expression. Like, what do you say? Like, there's a lot of enthusiasm. Okay. Very good. Hit the sack means...
Go to bed.
Yeah. Okay.
Literally get in the bed.
Okay.
So the sack here that we're talking about is a bed.
Back in the old days.
Back in the old days, it was just like a sack with hay in it, right?
Yeah, right. It's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to watch one more movie?
I'm too tired. I think I'm going to hit the sack.
Okay. It's been a long day. I think I'm just going to hit the sack.
This is very casual. It feels like you're going to stand in front of your bed and just fall on it.
Yes.
Plump.
Would you say that there is any difference in like go to bed and hit the sack? It's really kind of the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I feel though with the expression, the words itself feel rough. Like hit the sack.
Like you're so tired, you're going to just like
blah, blah. So it's either like you feel so tired that you're going to fall into bed, or maybe I guess you could be a parent. Saying to your child, you can't say, go to bed.
Yeah.
But if you're like, hit the sack.
Oh.
It feels a little rougher, right?
Right.
So it's not necessarily rude, but it does add a little bit of power, a little bit of emphasis on like, I'm going to bed.
You got it. I like that. Okay. Power pattern today is now that. Okay. Which is what?
You're saying, wow, that is the perfect idea, or that is exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay. Now that is what I call a big hamburger.
It's a foot tall.
Wow.
Now that looks like a storm cloud.
Okay.
It is a
real big storm cloud.
Big black column.
Yeah. Right. Okay. To take a dip is our power vocab. A dip means go for a swim, but not like a long swim.
Yeah, just getting into the water for a short amount of time.
And then come out. Yeah, okay. And what else do we need to do?
Please go to Audio Hakdang, and for a small monthly fee, you can listen to this show and other shows by us, other shows by EBS teachers.
Yes.
And shows that are only there.
Oh my gosh.
They're not on EBS radio.
Absolutely. Exclusive content. All right, have a great day, and thank you so much for studying with us.
Bye-bye.